Hey there, you. Welcome back to another spiritual card reading. My name is Brian Nesline. I'm a psychic, clairvoyant, empath. I am a spiritual card reader, and today I'm going to read some cards for you. Now, look, I have purposely not had any coffee for 48 hours. Oh, yeah, and guess what? It slows everything down. What do you want me to say? So be it. So let's see how this goes, and maybe after this I'll have a cup of coffee. The first card that comes out is called Faith. Ah, what a great card. Look, the universe has messages for all of us all the time. Now, if you don't like the word universe, you can use the word God. If you don't like that, you can use the word the Christ, the Holy Spirit. You can use whatever you want. You want to use spirit guides, whatever. Know this, just like this main flower right here, God, source, universe is one power, growing or expressing information in different ways to everybody. So you may get it from this petal, someone may get it from that petal, whatever it is, hummingbird, you come on in and you open yourself up like this bird, which is blue because that represents the third eye, that inner space where we get all of that information intuitively coming into our consciousness. So you go in and you get your little bit of nectar, and you get that because you have faith that God, source, universe is one power with all the knowledge, and that anything that can be known is knowable, and that there is no other power that could prevent us from finding the good we're asking for, or looking for, or hoping for. So, the other thing to know about faith is that it really is the building block of what we see come to our personal life. Let me show you. The little leaves here that look like they're just light wires, it's just a little bit of a blueprint and a little bit of a light connection. Think about it like a little light wave that takes on a form, a material form, both as material things or as material experiences, circumstances that can unfold. So you can see it represented as material things back here when the light just becomes a little point of light, a little dot. That might be something that you're hoping for in your personal life, material-wise. That might be a sum of money, a dot, just a single thing, sum of money, a car, whatever, a new job, whatever. This might be a physical thing, whereas this represents the intertwined growth of that light that has to bring a whole bunch of those points together to make the circumstances become what you're looking for. And that's what faith is. The assurance of what we're hoping for. The guarantee or the very blueprint and substance of what we want to see come to pass. So the key is to trust in faith as being the way of life, not looking around and saying, oh, this looks bad over there, so it must be getting worse. Don't do it. Instead, say, oh, there's one power that wants to deliver whatever I can hope for into my personal life. So I'll just hope for something. I'll feel it like it's real. Oh, I'll feel the fact that there's just one power, so nothing can prevent what I want from coming to pass. And then I'll let it go and I'll watch it grow into the world. Now, the other thing is that you want to make sure that as the bird here, you're using your throat chakra. That's the other blue, the light blue. That means that when you have experiences on faith that are unfolding, you want to communicate about it in some form, somehow, so that you get it out of you, so that you spread that nectar, spread that pollen of beautiful life in the spirit. How do you do that? Just by writing about it, talking about it. I'm doing it right now by filming this video. Spreading what faith can be for you, for me, for all of us. And as I do that, the whole thing gets bigger. The whole thing blossoms into a wonderful butterfly that will then show up in my personal life as a manifestation, as an experience that I'm hoping for. Let's pull another card. Ooh, feels weird without the coffee. Feels like I want to go to sleep. Well, I feel like I'm sleepwalking or really living inside of a dream called life that we can have conscious control over in the forest of our personal day-to-day world. It doesn't have to be all dark. We are that spearheaded, we have that spearhead of the light advancing into the world of our personal life. So look, you can see it all up here. Know that the white around the card and that little white spot up here is the white light. That is the one power. And it comes into the world offering a variety of people, places, and things, events, anything, represented by the rainbows. So the key is to just know that it's all there. And if you would keep yourself into the light, meaning you're spiritually awake, and you know there's only one power, then that's what's going to rain down into your forest. And you're going to be able to find your way to what you're really looking for. It's beautiful. There's nothing against us. There's nothing wrong. Nothing can keep the good from you, from me, from anyone. When we know there is just one power, then our mind moves away from anxiety, a worry about some other power trying to come and get us, represented by this crazy card, or it turns into a factory. Factory of what? Of third eye manifesting in the world, in our black and white reality, and we'll be able to speak lovely things from our lips related to our manifestations and our life becoming a yellow and orange, joyful, creative experience day by day. So let that factory of God that you're living in do the work. Go ahead and hope for what you want. Talk about it a little bit. Let it go. But most importantly, know that God's source universe is the only power and that nothing can prevent the good that you hope for in your life. Have fun, Lighthouse. Be fearless. Enjoy that white light coming down into the world. Enjoy the universe of never-ending possibilities coming in through you as you travel along this fast-spinning earth, 1,000 miles an hour, along this wave of light and love. Take care. Have a great day. I will see you again in another video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Share it. Like it. Let's keep doing this spiritual stuff together. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Hey there, you. Welcome back to another spiritual oracle card reading. My name is Brian Nesline. I'm going to read these cards for you. We're going to find out what message is here for you today, right now, for your highest good. Now look, I haven't had any coffee for 2 days on purpose. I wanted to see what it was like. And I got to tell you, it's pretty slow. So bear with me on this video. Now listen, this message is absolutely for you. Now we know this is true real simply because everything in our here and now moment can be used for our highest good. So all that it's about is just listening and seeing what is worthwhile, seeing what sticks to you or what seems important. It might play on some memories. It might play on your emotions. It might be literally stuff that you need to hear for your highest good right now. Or it might be symbolic, metaphoric. So listen with all of those different facets of your ability to understand. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, coffee. Now look, the first card that's coming out is called the Abundance card. What a treat. Now look, the light is represented as an overflowing cup of abundance. Why? Because the light is all there is. What's that mean? The light is energy or power or unformed stuff, unformed circumstances, unformed material things. Really, it's like a pen that can write any story. It's just waiting for a hand to pick it up and start writing out what it prefers. So the cup is always running over when you know that there is just one power, one source, or one God. You can easily remember this when you think about being on earth and looking up in the sky, like they used to do a lot when they worshiped the sun. Look up into the sky and say there's just one sun. One sun that is feeding all the light waves to every flower and tree. Know that. That sun is there for you and for me and for everybody. One power, one source, one light, giving constantly. And it's all about the cup that you bring to receive it. Now, what's the cup? Well, the card's got orange in it, and so does the cup, because that's going to be the symbol for the sacral chakra, which is simply the spiritual part of our body that we describe as creativity, creative force. So, what are we going to use to create with to hold this light that wants to come into the world? Well, the only thing that we really have, our words, our language, our ability to recognize, to recognize stuff. And we get that because of all of the stuff that everybody's ever told us about in the past, right? All the words we've ever learned, all the experiences growing up. It's easy to say like, I had a poor childhood, and people have. I'm not saying people haven't. It's easy to say, this person's negative, that's a negative experience. I'm not saying there hasn't been. There has. But what I am saying is every experience, good or bad, has all provided the same thing along the lines of learning and words and understanding and training to use words. I mean, even from the little things that people pointed to and told us about in school, when they gave us all those words, they gave us all the building blocks that we needed to create that cup that can allow the white light to come into the world through our descriptions, our recognitions. Look at this. So the balance card comes out. Why? Ooh, well, first is, without the 2 cups of coffee, I can definitely feel the emotional balance shifting. I don't have to ride the faster wave that the caffeine would push me into. I'm not sure if I like it or not yet. We'll see. Now look, the balance card comes out because there is an equal balance between the light and the words. You can see the peace sign engraved in here in light. It shows us that because it wants you to know that the stuff that we are experiencing is all made out of that light. It comes into the, it's reflecting on the card now. It comes into the world through your word cups, which you will offer. In a way, it's like drinking the body of God. Didn't Jesus say that? You need to drink my blood. That sounds a little dark, but look, it's just meaning drinking from the energy that's flowing through, the spiritual blood, meaning the spiritual light that comes into the world that we can define with our words and our descriptions. So in a way, everything that's ever happened up to this point has really been an asset in the way that we look at it as learning and words. And we can stay on that wavelength. We don't have to dark down into that crappity crap and describe things as disappointment, even though we have that, or sadness, even though that happens, or super joyful when I did this, even though that happens. If we let go of that part a bit in favor of knowing that everything is delivering information and light, then we're going to be able to live in a more balanced place emotionally and mentally, because we're not going to see things so much as black versus white, good versus bad. No. See, that dark gets balanced into this whole light that's coming through the darkness, like it was painting on a canvas of a dark world, which we are living in. And we are a temple or a channel, you can see the channel, or a tree, or we are a point at which the light comes into the world and wants to go to manifest. And it does that through our language, our words, the way we describe things. So always, that's why my videos exist here. The readings are always going to be here to help expand our conscious understanding or our recognition of us as a spiritual being and of our ability to use words to move the light towards the things we really prefer. All right, so what do we know so far? The light is all there is. We don't have to live in a black and white judgmental world. We don't have to hold on to things as they unfold because they keep changing anyway. We want to know and remind ourselves that God, source, universe is one power, one light that's always available. We want to take responsibility for how we're describing things, for the words we're using, because that is going to be the way to become the queen of this world. Meaning what? Meaning that we're able to take the light from the moon, you can see it reflected here. We're going to bring it down into the world to create those beautiful, joyful flowers. Let's think about this. So the first thing is that the snake, which is usually an enemy, has now become all white because we know that there's nothing but the white light coming into the world. You can see it in the hair, and now it becomes a snake in the fingers. Now that we know that God, Source, Universe is the only thing, and we keep returning to that idea, it'll get rid of any enemy or any fear. And we'll be able to look at things in the way of our language, how we describe it. And that's going to allow us to create, there's the red root chakra, to create, which means material world expanding, to create something new in the world and bring it down. Now the moon's all yellow because that's that light of joy. And again, a creative orange for creating what you prefer to see in the world. This is really the abundance. This is really the dance of the bun. Ooh, like in yesterday's video. Now check it out. You're going to be able to bring whatever you prefer in. You've got that pearl of great price sitting right inside of your manifestations. And that'll always be you knowing that you are a son or daughter of God, a child of God, a Christ of God, a spiritual consciousness or an observer inside of a personal self that uses words and faith to let go of what they're believing and watch it be living in their life. This is your real third eye. It is red with the iris and a pupil of reflected light. Why? Because the red is the root chakra, the expansion of the material world in the darkness of this day-to-day confusion. You're able to bring down that white light, boom, you're able to be that pearl of great price. Yeah, you are able to reflect the things you want to see up here out in the world back to you. It is a mirror, a reflection. So, powerful places that we are in when we know our identity, and now it's just a matter of describing things and letting them go. Have patience as you give birth to the cycles of the rainbow of whatever you're hoping for, seeing it come to pass as you use that white light day by day, and it just flows into the world. You can see it down here. Thank you for being a part of this reading. I'm so glad that we are all in such a great position, put into the world using our words and our faith to trust that the things we're hoping for are simply getting reflected back in people, places, circumstances, and events. Have a great day. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Pull down that little notification bell. Ooh, I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. Take care. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye. All right, here we go. Let's see what we're going to know. What we're going to know from the universe, from God, from Source. What's it going to bring through the reading for you right now, right here? Could be anything. I guess we'll find out. Mirrored souls. Now look, first, how beautiful it is that there's somebody else out there that gives a crap about you. How nice it is that you guys share a little bit of a universe. Meaning, you share a universal power between the two of you that just goes back and forth and plays along your thoughts of each other and your words that you speak and think about when you think of each other. It's building a connection and a little galaxy of light that only the two of you share. It's very, very rare. Now, a lot of the blue in here is showing that a lot of the work is happening inside each one of the people's individual consciousness spaces. They are very independent and they work with the light on their own, in their own personal lives. But they are willing to communicate with each other in a way that is soft, in a way that is true, in a way that is reflective of some of the best things that they know in the world and about themselves. So these mirror souls, how nice it is to have this type of a relationship. Now, I know you can bring the other half of this relationship to anyone just by knowing that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. If they also are willing, then you're going to be able to give to them all of the good things that you're thinking about, all the good things that you imagine about, all the good things that you are bringing down from the universe in the moment, and you can share it with them, build a little galaxy with them. It doesn't mean anybody has to go and live on that galaxy. You guys can meet around it from time to time. And there is no real time when it comes to this type of a relationship. It's always two people living in the here and now, accepting that God, source, universe, nature, whatever you want to call it, that there is some type of an okay power happening, and that it is caring for them, moving them along, and that they are an individual force in the world, individual. And as those individuals touch gently, they're going to be able to know the reality that is a beautiful connection with another human being having a spiritual experience. Ooh, mirrored souls. Now the other thing it shows here is that the galaxy that you are, this is really a third eye focus, it is you are a galaxy. In here, your spiritual eye is the never-ending swirling galaxy that's coming into this world. This world. It comes into this world as a man and a woman. What's that mean? As a divine masculine words and as a divine feminine emotional light. These two things come into the world through you. When you know this identity, the divine masculine and divine feminine automatically are creating all the time based on your words and your faith in that light. It comes into the world and it embodies as a reflection. So it goes out and it reflects off the world, meaning it reflects off your personal circumstances. So if you're thinking about A, B, and C, and you're kind of focused a little bit on that, then you let it go, then you'll see signs or reflections of that, or patterns that you recognize as what you were going through or thinking about or whatever. Now this happens and people get excited about it. They're like, oh, a coincidence. Oh, something's coming. It's so interesting. I was just thinking this and that happened. Ooh. So when you're making those connections, that's good. That ooh, that aha experience is beautiful churning of the light within you. You can use that. Use the coincidences to remind you that you're the galaxy. You're a galaxy of God, source, universe, expanding in the personal life called you. It has nowhere else to go. Think about this. The universe is already, whoa, all big. It needs to expand somewhere. It's going to expand in the small spaces, the small space called your personal life. You are a portal for the light to come into the world and to do some really cool, different, unique things. Every word you say, every little thing you do, everywhere you go, it all may look like just a very basic surface life, but it's not. It is the light expanding in the world in a spiritual way. Every single thing, whether you're happy, sad, glad, mad, it doesn't matter. It's all data and energy expressing. So, might as well jump on the oh yeah train so that you can use it the way you prefer. It doesn't matter what you say or do. This is important. It's all coming back towards you. It doesn't matter, that light's going to come through whether you say this or that or the other, so you can choose to say awesome things and to do awesome things that you really want to see reflected back in your life. Nothing is impossible. It's all based on your choice. Oh, this is why it's really not about earning anything or like sacrificing anything. I mean, those things, if we were to try to sacrifice or try to earn, that would work as well. But that's just harder work, and it feels like you're left with a feeling that like you're not performing enough or it needs to be better and all that crap. Forget it. Instead, just know that the light's going to come through no matter what you do, whether you're asleep or awake or flying or running or doing whatever. The ocean is that reflection coming back. It's going to happen automatically. You can't escape everything coming through you. And we see it again like the mirrored soul. As above, so below. Have a lot of fun picking what you really prefer and having faith and believing in that so that you can see that come to pass instead of any worries or fears or doubts or whatevers. All right, that's your reading. We're going to pull one little last card to get out of this. We'll do it with the Mermaid and Dolphin deck. Remember, you hear what you hear, and that's what's going on. It doesn't matter if all of it fits or not. What is important is going to show up, and that's where the empowerment really comes from, is you being that galaxy, powering your personal life in a way that's amazing. So choose whatever you want, hold on to it, and trust that it's going to come to pass in a way that will be pleasant for you, and watch how amazing this happens. Take care, have fun, that's your reading. Subscribe to the channel, whatever. Have a good time, pull down the notification bell. I'll see you again. Goodbye.